So good morning all of you. So before I have given periodic properties, one of the periodic property atomic radius given. So what is called atomic radius, types of atomic radius, what about the atomic radius in groups and periods, factors, everything given. So the last one, variation of atomic radius and ionic radius in lanthanides. Otherwise, variation of atomic radius and ionic radius in actinides. Particularly, before I have given lanthanides, that is called lanthanide contraction. Okay, here, what is called lanthanide contraction? For example, if you are observing lanthanides, so lanthanides, cerium to lutetium, cerium 58, lutetium 71. So these are called lanthanides. These are present in 3B group and the 6th period. Okay, lanthanides, the atomic and ionic radius decreases steadily. This steady decrease in atomic and ionic radius is known as lanthanide contraction. So compared to remaining elements, here in lanthanides from cerium to lutetium, if you are observed, the atomic radius decreases steadily, gradually decreases, slowly decreases. The difference is very small. This contraction is called lanthanide contraction. So why this happens? Because due to pore screening effect or shielding effect. Okay, pore screening effect or shielding effect. So I have given screening effect. It is generally S orbital is greater than P, P is greater than D, D is greater than F. If you are observed in lanthanides, these are F block elements. The last electron entered into F's orbital. Because of that reason, in lanthanides, we are observed pore screening effect. Pore screening effect. Because of that reason, pore screening effect means, what about that? So electronic repulsions, these are somewhat poor. Immediately the nuclear attraction on outermost electrons somewhat increase. Because of that reason, gradually increases the nuclear charge or attraction. So in lanthanides, we are observed the atomic and ionic radius decreases steadily. This contraction is called lanthanide contraction. Okay, due to pore screening effect. That is the reason. Because of this contraction, first thing, separation of lanthanides from their mixture is difficult. For example, lanthanides mixture is there. So these lanthanide separations are very difficult. Why? Because so equal size, equal radius means almost these are shows equal properties. Most of the properties are similar. So because of that reason, similar properties element separations are difficult. So due to the lanthanide contraction, the separation of lanthanides from their mixture is difficult. One thing. Second one, all are exhibits similar chemical structures. Third one, when compared to 3D and 4D series, here 4D and 5D series elements have similar properties. For example, if we can take zirconium and hafnium. So both have similar properties because due to similar radius, due to lanthanide contraction. Not only that, element Nb and Ta. Not only that, element molybdenum and tungsten. So, which are shows similar properties. Why? Because these are very closely atomic radiuses are present. Very close atomic radius due to the lanthanide contraction. So we observe due to the lanthanide contraction, separation of lanthanides from their mixture is difficult. All exhibit similar crystal structures. So when compared to 3D and 4D series, 4D and 5D series elements have similar properties like zirconium, hafnium, etc. So this is called lanthanide contraction. Like we are observed actinides, that is called actinide contraction. Okay, now the atomic radius periodic property completed. Next, second one important, one of the periodic property, ionization potential. See, this is important. Ionization potential. Ionization potential. See this. Ionization potential is also referred as a what we can say ionization energy also, or energy. Ionization energy. Ionization potential or ionization energy. Okay, sometimes it is represented as a directly IE. IE, ionization potential, otherwise IP. IP, IE. Otherwise, simply we can say I also. Ionization potential, ionization energy. First of all, what is called ionization potential? See, the amount of energy required to removal of electron from the valency shell. The amount of energy required to removal of electron from the valency shell of gaseous neutral atom is called ionization potential. Very simple. One neutral atom is there. From that valency shell, so for the removing electron, required compulsory some amount of energy. This energy is called ionization potential. For example, see, if I have treated M is a one neutral atom, gaseous state neutral atom. It is a neutral atom. So now, from this, we remove the some amount, okay, we remove the electron. So I have removed here one electron. Immediately the M is converted into M plus. When we remove the electron, the M neutral atom converted into positive ion. It is called unipositive ion. Uni means one plus one, unipositive ion. See, from this neutral atom, so generally that neutral atom valency shell having, if one electron is there, that electron removing requires some amount of energy, that is called ionization potential. It is called ionization potential, required energy. Compulsory outermost shell electron removing requires some amount of energy, that is called ionization potential. Okay. So here, for first electron removing from neutral atom, the amount of energy required to removal of first electron from valency shell of neutral atom to convert unipositive ion is called IP1 also. This is also called IP1. IP1 means For the first electron removing required energy is called IP1. That is nothing but IP. Both are same statements. So what is called IP1? The amount of energy required to removal of first electron from valency shell of neutral atom to convert unipositive ion is called IP1. Now, IP2, see this. First electron removing required energy is called IP or IP1. Now, second electron. The amount of energy is required to removal of electron from unipositive ion. Now, from this, see M plus. That is a unipositive ion. Now from this, I removed one more electrons. Okay, already here I have removed one electron. Now here second electron. So here I removed one more electron. Immediately M plus converted into what about that? M plus 2. M plus converted into M plus 2. Second electron I have removed. This energy is called IP2. Required energy is called IP2. See this. Now we get here dipositive ion. What is called IP2? How to define that? The amount of energy required to removal of second electron from valency shell of unipositive ion to convert dipositive ion is called IP2. So for the first electron removing energy is called IP1, second electron removing energy is called IP2, third electron removing energy is called IP3.
IP3.
Okay, from neutral atom, the removal of first electron required energy is called IP or IP1. From unipositive ion, after removing one electron, the neutral atom converted into unipositive ion. From this, the removal of one more electron, second electron. So that required energy is called IP2. Third electron means from dipositive ion, if we will remove one more electron, that is called IP3. Third electron removing IP3. Fourth electron removing IP4. Fifth electron removing IP5 and so on. Now, where IP2 is greater than IP1. Okay, what is the meaning of that? IP2 is greater than IP1 means second electron removing required large amount of energy compared to first electron. Why? Because see, if I have taken element X, otherwise oxygen I have taken. Okay, it contains atomic number 8. We know that. Oxygen atomic number 8 means 8 electrons, 8 protons. 8 electrons, 8 protons, oxygen. Okay. That is not only oxygen. If I have taken, okay, X element. So it atomic number 8, 12, whatever that. If I have taken 12. 12 means having 12 electrons and 12 protons. If 8 means 8 electrons, 8 protons, no problem. So now, so not only X, if you have any confusion, magnesium 12 atomic number. Okay. Now, first of all, see magnesium. So first removing one electron. I have removed the one electron. After removing one electron, the Mg converted into Mg plus. Okay, after removing one electron, Mg plus having how many electrons? 11 electrons. But protons how many?
11.
12.
12 protons. Protons can never change. First neutral atom, it is a neutral. So from neutral atom contain 12 electrons, 12 protons. Okay, from this we remove the one electron. So now the Mg plus, it is converted into Mg plus. First like this, Mg. So here 12 electrons, 12 protons. Now by using some amount of energy, I removed the one electron. Now here Mg plus. It contains how many electrons? 11 electrons. But protons are 12. Protons are 12. See, it is a neutral atom. It is a unipositive ion. It is called IP1. IP1. Like this, IP1. Okay, now here requires some amount of energy. Now IP2 means what about that? See, by Mg plus 2. Mg plus 2 required. Mg plus. Now here 11 electrons, 12 protons. Now it for removing one electron from Mg plus. For removing one electron from Mg plus requires some amount of energy. Compulsory this energy is greater than IP1 energy. If IP1 energy I have treated 10 kilojoules. Here for Mg, neutral atom, for removing electron required energy I have treated 10 kilojoules. By using 10 kilojoules energy I removed one electron from magnesium, that is converted into Mg plus. Okay, now from Mg plus, okay, again I will remove one electron. So from Mg plus, so it is converted into Mg plus 2, right? Now here required energy is called IP2. We know that. Second electron removing, IP2. So here, see, this IP2 value compulsory greater than 10 kilojoules. Why? Because, say anyone? Say here 11 electrons, 11 protons. Protons means positive charge, nuclear charge. Protons means positive charge, nuclear charge, attractive charge. Here 11 electrons, 11 protons. 11 protons tightly bound the 11 electrons towards itself. Now in this case, by using 10 kilojoules energy, we remove the one electron. But after removing, here Mg plus having how many electrons? 11 only. But here how many protons? 12. Here 12 electrons, 12 protons. But here 11 electrons, 12 protons. Here the nuclear charge increases. Nuclear capacity strength increases. Electrons come away 11 only. But protons, okay, no change, 12. That's why the protons tightly bound the electrons. That's why the next electron removing here very difficult. Understood that? Here 11 protons, 11 electrons. Okay, by using 10 kilojoules energy, for example, 10 kilojoules energy, I removed the one electron. That is called IP1. After that, from Mg plus, we removed one more electron, somewhat difficult. Why? Because after removing one electron, the nuclear attraction increases. So electrons increases, nuclear attraction 12. Overcome that. 11, 12. That's why here next electron removing difficult. So that value, that energy compulsory greater than 10 kilojoules required, more than this. Okay, for example, here I have taken this is 15 kilojoules. What about IP? This is IP2. What about IP3? IP3 energy? Now here, how many electrons? Mg plus 2. After that, 10 electrons, 12 protons. Here, 10 electrons, 12 protons. If we remove the third electron, how much amount of energy is required approximately?
20 kilojoule.
Very good. Greater than 15 kilojoules. Greater than 15 kilojoules. Because third electron removing very difficult. Nuclear charge increases 12 protons, only 10 electrons. The protons tightly bound the electrons. So the removing electron is very difficult. So here the electron removing, okay, 12 protons, 12 electrons. By using some amount of energy, we removed the first one electron. That is called IP1. Here, if the amount of energy 10 kilojoules required, first electron removing. After removing that, that is converted into Mg plus. Mg plus, see, here 12 protons, 11 electrons. 12 protons, nuclear attraction increases, nuclear charge increases. So here 12 protons, 12 electrons. Here electrons are 11 only. That's why the nuclear attraction increase on outermost electron. So next electron removing difficult. More than that amount of energy when we use it, then only it can lose the electron. So here 15 kilojoules required. Third electron very difficult, 20 kilojoules. Fourth electron very difficult, approximately 25, and so on. Finally, what is the annihilation potential order? Therefore, we can say one thing. IP1 is less than IP2 is less than IP3 is less than IP4 and so on. It is correct or not? Understood this? Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
generally, first electron removing somewhat easy. After that, second electron removing difficult. Why? Because after removing electron, only we remove the electron, not proton. Proton means positive charge, nuclear attraction. So automatically after removing electron, nuclear attraction increases on outermost electron, valence electron. So next electron removing somewhat difficult. Like that, one by one, the difficulty level increase. That's why the energy required more and more and more and more. So IP1 is less than, IP2 is less than, IP3 is less than, IP4 less than, and so on. So what is called ionization potential? Simply the amount of energy required to removal of valency shell electron is called ionization potential. Okay, for first electron removing required energy is called IP1. Second electron removing required energy is called IP2. Third electron removing required energy is called IP3 and so on. So here IP1 is less than IP2 always, IP2 is less than IP3, IP3 is less than IP4 and so on. So why I have given reason? After removing electron, so next electron removing difficult. Why? Because nuclear attraction increase on valency electron. That's why that electron removing requires some amount of more an amount of energy. So after that, if you can take units of ionization potential. Generally, ionization potential units we can say either electron volt per atom. Atom. See,
Yeah.
what is the unit of ionization potential? Electron volt per atom, right? Now listen, electron volt per atom or kilojoule per mole, otherwise kilocalorie per mole. These are the main units. Electron volt per atom, kilojoule per mole, kilocalorie per mole. So here 1 electron volt equals to conversions 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joule per atom. See this. It is important. 1 electron volt equal to how many joules? 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joule per atom. Otherwise, 96.45 kilojoule per mole. Otherwise, 23.06. 23.06 kilocalorie per mole. See this. This is the conversions. So after that, just here I have given what is called an ionization potential. IP1, IP2, IP3. What about order? IP1 is less than IP2, less than IP3, less than IP4. What are the units? Then, most important, which factors affecting on ionization potential? See. Now, which factors? So, which factors affecting on ionization potential? Factors means what I have given before. Okay, here lot of factors are there here. The main important factors are 5. These are first one, nuclear charge. Nuclear charge. Okay. What about nuclear charge? Very simple. See, nuclear charge increase. See this. Nuclear charge increase. Nuclear charge increase. Ionization potential also increase. It is correct or not? Correct. Why? Because see, nuclear charge increase means nucleus strength increase. Nucleus strength. Nuclear charge increase means the nucleus tightly bound the valence electrons towards itself. Nuclear charge increase means what is the meaning of that? The nucleus strongly attracted the valence electrons towards itself. In that case, the electron removing very difficult. If the nucleus strongly attracted, the removing of electrons somewhat difficult. So here, what is the relation? Nuclear charge increase, ionization potential also increase. So here directly proportional. Therefore, what is the relation? Ionization potential is directly proportional to
Nuclear charge.
very good. Nuclear charge. Understood this point? Nuclear charge increase means nuclear charge is positive. Nucleus charge positive. That charge belongs to proton. Proton charge positive. Protons increase, positive charge increase. Positive charge increase, nuclear charge increase. Nuclear charge increase means the nucleus tightly, very tightly bound the electrons towards itself. When the nucleus tightly attracted the electron, that electron removing is very difficult. So here, IP, ionization potential is always directly proportional to nuclear charge. Nuclear charge more, ionization potential also more. Very simple. Now, secondly, atomic size. See this? Atomic size. Okay, what about atomic size? What is the relation? See, anyone? So here, very
Inversely
simple.
proportional.
Very good.
Inversely proportional.
Excellent. If I have taken lithium atom, it is a small size atom. We know that. Sodium atom, somewhat big. We know that. Potassium, somewhat big. Rubidium, okay, it is very big, like this. See? So here, atomic size. So the removal of electron from valency electron. It is the nucleus, 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 nucleus. See? So in this process, so here the electron removing is very easy. Why? Because the distance between nucleus and outermost electron very large distance. Nuclear attraction on valency electron very less. Okay, distance more means attraction less. So because of that reason, this electron we are removed very easily. By using less amount of energy, we remove the electron. But here the electron removing is very difficult, lithium case. Why? Because lithium nucleus electron distance very less. Distance less means the nucleus tightly bound the electron. So distance less, tightly bound the electron. That's why this electron removing somewhat difficult. So here atomic size increase, IP value what about the decrease? So if here required 10 kilojoules, here we use the 9 kilojoules, here 8 kilojoules, here just 7 kilojoules, like this. Less amount of energy is sufficient here. So by using less amount of energy, we remove the electron easy here, but here somewhat difficult. Why? Because nuclear attraction on valence electron strong. So because of that reason, here see, here increases atomic size. Increases atomic size, okay, decreases the nuclear attraction on valency electron. On valency electron. Atomic size increase, nuclear attraction decreases on valency electron. So because of that reason, what about IP value?
Less.
Very good. IP value decrease. That is only in a relation. Say that directly. Therefore, ionization potential is inversely proportional to atomic size. Otherwise, we can say one simple thing. Okay, atomic size more, IP less. Atomic size less, IP more.
IP.
So size of an atom, large size, the ionization potential less. By using less amount of energy, we remove the electron. If atomic size less, required more amount of energy. That's why the IP more. Now, third one. Okay, third factor. See, screening or shielding effect. Screening effect. It is nothing but shielding effect. I have given before. Okay, see here. Here, very simple. Screening effect more. SC means screening effect. Screening effect more. Nuclear attraction less.
Less.
Nuclear attraction on valency electron less. Nuclear attraction less means what about IP value less, decreases.
Less.
So here screening effect increases. Nuclear attraction decreases on valency electron. So IP value also decrease. So very simple. Screening effect means inner orbit electrons, outer orbit electrons, valency electrons between repulsions. Screening effect increase means inner electrons, outer electrons between repulsions increase. Repulsions increase means nuclear attraction on valency electrons decrease. So between electron-electron repulsions more. That is nothing but screening effect more. So immediately what about that? The nuclear attraction on valency electron decrease. So the nuclear attraction on valency electron decrease means IP value also decrease. So here finally, therefore, ionization potential, what we can say? Inversely proportional to screening effect. It is correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is called screening effect? Before I have given the repulsions between core electrons and valency electrons. Core electrons means inner orbital electrons are called core electrons. Valency shell electrons are called valency electrons. So electron negative charge. So electron between repulsions are present. This is called screening effect or shielding effect. If more screening effect means between electronic repulsions are more. If between electronic repulsions more means the nuclear attraction on valency electron decrease. If the nuclear attraction decrease, IP value also decrease. So that's why screening effect increase, IP decrease. See this. So screening effect increases, upward arrow is given. Nuclear attraction on valence electron decreases. So IP value also decreases downward. Understood this?
Yes, sir.
This point's clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Remaining 2 points are there, 2 factors. Now I have given 3 factors. Nuclear charge directly proportional to ionization potential. Nuclear charge more, IP value more. Atomic size inversely proportional to ionization potential. So atomic size increase, IP value decrease. Okay, screening effect or shielding effect. Screening effect or shielding effect increase, IP value decrease. Now, fourth factor, nature of subshells. Nature of subshells. Okay, next class I will continue that. Nature of subshells. Okay, up to this clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you have any doubts, ask. So, remaining I will continue the next class.